All right. Welcome to the team call. We're going to dig into our Life Activated team training site here tonight and really kind of start from the top. I want to give an overview of the website real quick, and then we're going to focus on really just the start right and the how you move from the start right into the launch, and then from there we'll do separate trainings on each of the different launch pieces, and then move into learn and so on. So basically, lifeactivated.net, that's our team training site. Right on the front page here. This is the upcoming Elite Academy. So you can click right on here, right on this image. It'll take you to the LifeVantage page to both register as well the dates, the agenda and stuff are out here, the hotels, all of our elites, and I will be staying at the Hilton, just stuff like that, as far as registering. Then from there, what we've got on this page is information about the current promotion. So the Puerto Vallarta, Mexico trip, the Pace Setter program, physique challenge right here with a couple training videos. So that's the basically what you see when you go there. What I want to focus on tonight is the start right. So if we click on start right, it's going to give you 7 steps here of what to do for you to launch your business and do your business, as well as how to teach other people to launch their business. And the key, I guess, to me, and this was a discussion I've had with a couple people recently, is for years I feel like we have not had a good, clean way to, one, get people started in the business, and B, to be able to duplicate how to start somebody in the business. And so that's where I'm really excited about this Start Right checklist. I'll go through it in just a second here, but I want you to also know that right here, this, if you like looking at it on a computer, like personally, I like to look at things on a computer, but some people, if you're meeting somebody where you don't have a computer, you can also click on this little printer PDF. And when you do that, it'll open up that Start Right step, checklist, basically in a printable form. So now you can print this to be able to meet with somebody, or print it to be able to, check stuff off and cross things off. So let's look at it online here. There's a couple things I want you to know here. When we get started, or when we're starting helping somebody else get started, the first thing that we want to dig into or help them dig into is the reasons why. Why are you doing this business? And basically, I have online worksheets as well as offline worksheets. Let's focus on online. Online, when you click here, is going to take you to a page where you put in your name, your email, the name of your sponsor's email if you know it, and then basically the top 3 reasons. What are the 3 main reasons of why you're doing this? And then after those 3, expand out, and what are the top 20 reasons? Let's dig deep here. Why are you doing this? What do you want out of it? What are the benefits that you want to get out of this business? And when we get done filling this out, there's basically you're making a commitment, and when you hit submit, this is going to email me your reasons, and then I will in turn then forward it over to your sponsor. So that's why I got to make sure I know who your sponsor is, because then I can get it to them. So that way we can help you kind of stay focused on what the reasons are of why you're doing this business. So let's go back. So that's the online version, okay? You can also print and fill out the top 3 and top 20. In that scenario, they're 2 separate offline worksheets. So if you like to print things, again, just click here. When you do, it's going to come up with, there it is. And I got too much stuff here. There we go. So, the way this is kind of designed that you can do little cutouts of your top 3 reasons, like, put it 3 different times of what those 3 reasons are. And then, it's saying, carry this one in your purse or wallet, put this one in your car, put this one on your bathroom mirror, places where you'll see it, okay? So that's the top 3. If we go back and do the top 20 offline, again, it's a document, so you can print it out. I lost my image here for some reason. I had a nice, pretty little image there, but anyway, it's basically 20 lines to fill out, just an offline document that you can print. You can print it to bring, if you got a new distributor and you're meeting with them, you can print these things off and bring them to them and also tell them that they can do it online. But that's how those reasons work. Then from there, step 2 is fill out the 60 practice names, worksheet. So click here, your name, your email, sponsor, and this is just going to go down through 60 names. When you hit submit, I will get a copy of it and I will help your sponsor copy it. That way we can help you to kind of stay on track and help you, help guide you and accountability if you want it, So you fill that out. I think I do not have an offline sheet for that. If you're ever looking for any of these, I have them all in one place as well under resources. Let's just go look there, see if I created. Nope, you see that? I've got a placeholder there for it, but I've got to create an offline. So I'll make note of that, and then I will create an offline so we can print it as well. Okay, so let's go back. So that's the 60 names of, the first basically 60 people that you're going to contact and talk to about this. Then step 3 is we want to schedule and have a game plan call, okay? Because once you've identified what those reasons are, then from there, I want to help you. I want to help you as well as your team and your people as they come in to help identify. You've identified what your goals and stuff are. Let me help you identify and help them identify how to reach those goals. That's the game plan. Now, what I would like for people to do is to review the launch options, which we'll go over. But if you hover over that, you can see it's a link. You can also just click launch. Not these. These are where they go more detail. But if you click launch, it's the same as just clicking launch down here, as well as the earnings statement. It's best to do that prior to our game plan call if possible. It's important that people complete steps 1 through 3 before we launch your business. It's always great to get your business going, right away, but we really need to dig into these things as well. So I'm not going to tell you, don't go talk to people until you've completed these, but it's really important that we get these done. And so that way we're all on the same page and we can help you. But before we go any further, we need to get these done. And then from there, those 3. So what I like to ask people, and Susie and I were just talking about this the other day, is when you've got a new person, we talk to them about steps 1, 2, and 3. And then the question is simply, that's kind of their homework. Steps 1, 2, 3 are their homework. And then the question to them is, when can you have that done? So if Linda just enrolled, I say, Linda, these are the first 3 things we need to do. If you have any questions, I will help you answer whatever you need. But we need to do the 3 reasons, the 20 reasons. We need to fill out the 60 practice names and look at, review the launch options as well as the earnings statement. When can you have that done, Linda? And Linda will then say, I can do it by Friday, or I can do it by next week, or whatever. But that way we're given her homework of what to do. And we're not being pushy though either. It's not, hey, Linda, you need to do this in the next 24 hours. Well, she might have a busy 24 hours, right?
There it is.
Oh, I'm going to mute you. There we go. Okay. So it's important to give your people that homework. Steps 1, 2, 3, when can you have it done? And once that's done, now let's move on. So now let's move on to introducing them to the upline. And think of how powerful it is that now when we're calling and introducing to our upline, we can say, hey, Michelle, I'm so excited for you to meet Linda. Linda's goals in this business are to do, her top 3 goals are to do, X, Y, Z. And she's super excited and, whatever. And now because I can tell, the other people when I introduce Linda to them, I can help share her, her goals and what she wants, her reasons. And that's going to help them to be able to connect with Linda then as well. So again, those first 3, when can you have them done? And then we move on from there. Step 5, add yourself to these Facebook groups, our People Helping People group, One Person Big Difference, that's Michelle and Sean's, and then our LifeVantage customers, because there's so many testimonials and stuff like that out there. Step 6, register for the next training event. Click here to register. That also, you saw that also on the front page. Step 7, attend the weekly calls and motivation calls. Those are also detailed out on the Learn page. I'll show them to you here in a second. And then step 7, launch your business. And when you click on that, it's going to take you right to the launch page. So that's also the same as if you click right here on launch. Let's go back just a second. The detailed out weekly calls, if you click on the Learn page, right here is the Sunday call. That's Michelle and Sean Post, team call. Monday night call is right here, or excuse me, Monday morning call. I'll also go and update that with our Thursday night call that we're actually on right now with those. So that way they're out there for you in case, you missed the message, a reminder about it and stuff like that. So I'll put our Thursday night call on there as well. So now let's run back to Start Right. There is the shortcut to the reasons and names sheets right here as well. That's the same as if you click on one of these. But we've gone through these. We're ready to launch our business. So let's click Launch Your Business. What I want people to do is to kind of just read through this and decide how do they want to build their business. I'm not going to tell you you have to do it one way. I want to give you a couple options, but it's very important to launch your business because, as you can read here, just like an airplane, you have to give 100% full throttle to get that business up and off the ground. And then once you're off the ground, you can go pull back a little bit on that throttle and be more at a cruising speed. But we've got to get full speed right away to get it up and off the ground. That's the purpose of a launch. Read through when you got time. I do have tracking sheets, for exposures for 60 and 30, as well as on the resources page, there's also a 15 and 30 or something like that tracking sheets. I can show those to you. But from there we kind of get down into you can build this business through hosted overview events, also called like in-home meetings or in-home events. But they're not always in home, right? I mean, it could be, when we're, several different places. We've done them in meeting rooms, basements of banks. We've done them, libraries, restaurants, wherever. So that's why it's called hosted overview instead of just in-home. Facebook is another option. Online, leveraging the internet, flyers, and then, this is just some more of expectations. Now, again, what I want to do here is over the next couple weeks, we'll dig into each one of these individually and then have separate recordings for them so that people can go back and look at them separate. For today, we're just going to kind of, go over the overview of them. But here's what I want people, to expect as far as results. If you do a really good launch where you're getting 60 some exposures within your first 30 days, even within your first 60 days, you should be able to bring in, 3, 4, 5, even 6 different distributors. That's 1 in 10 when you're showing this to 60 people, as well as, 18 customers. And I don't remember what the percentages were of how I did that, whatever, 18 of 60, whatever that is. But I kind of broke it all down and so I can give you what to expect. So if you do this in 30 days, 60 exposures in your first, in 30-day period, you can really, it's very feasible to be able to hit Pro 3 and earn around $1,800. That's what those numbers break down to. The key here, the key with this business is really knowing that whatever your goal is, you have a number that you have to go through in order to reach that goal. So, I like to be able to simplify things and break them down as much as possible. And so if your goal is to be able to reach, Pro 3, which is $500-ish a month, according to our earnings statement, if that's your goal, there's a certain number out there of how many people you have to show this to reach that goal. And if you focus on numbers versus, it helps you to not get attached to people saying yes or no. And that's a real big key here, is to not get attached to, well, why, this person really needs this. I can't believe that they're not going to do it. Don't worry about it. It's just, you got to go through the numbers. Okay. Not everybody's going to see it. Not everybody wants to improve their health. Right. So it's a numbers game. No matter what your goal is, it's always a numbers game. If your goal is smaller, then it's smaller numbers. If your goal is bigger, it's bigger numbers. But ultimately we need to launch your business to be able to start going through those numbers. And the quicker we get through 60 exposures, the quicker we can get your business off the ground. And then you don't have to do 60 exposures every month, but we need to do them right away to really get you up and going. So with that said, let me go to this. I'm going to show you on the resources tab as well as click here. See what that one did. It's been a little while since I created those. Okay, so this is a 60 and 30 tracker. Now, today is the first of the month, so this actually works out pretty well to try to show this to you. But if your goal is to show this to 60 people this month, which would be a great goal, it's, here's week 1, and I think there's actually a few more than 60 on this, but let's not count. Let's just fill them out. I'll fill them all out. I just wanted to make it even. But, basically it's, every week you got to show it to, 15 people or so. And you can print this right out to help you keep track of it. I'm going to go back to our main page, and I'm going to show you back on those resources page. That way, if you want one place where you can find all this, I do. I have 60 and 30 as well as 15 and 30. Now, real quick, before I show you the 15 and 30, I also will be downloading Michelle and Sean's new team PowerPoint for those, in-home type hosted overview events. I'll put that out here as well under this quick downloads. But if your goal is to do 15 and 30, you can click here. You can print this document out. It's very similar, just has, less boxes to check off or put names in or however you want to do it. So those are, a couple of the starting guide or tracking guides. You can see here, I also have a what to expect when we begin taking Protandim. That's a good little document, especially for new people. So this is just a quick place to go and find, things if you're going, okay, now where was that flyer again? And I don't remember where that's at. Well, just click on resources and there's, a couple of the different flyers, that kind of stuff. So next week, we'll dig into one or maybe even two of the actual, what a hosted overview event looks like. Because as you can see, there's more here, and I want to be able to dig into that in a little more detail. But that is how we start right, and the different ways to launch your business with kind of a high level, on each of those, as well as what to expect. I didn't dig into these, but it's really kind of how, if you're doing hosted overviews events, here's how to really do it. What each week or what that looks like, right? First meeting within 72 hours. Second meeting within 7 days, and how many people to try to get there. Now, in order to get 10 guests, you might have to talk to 30 people. In order to get another 10 guests, you might have to talk to another 30 people, and that's essentially how it goes. Facebook, here's what to how to do it, what to expect, just at a high level. Again, when you click on these, let's go to Facebook, and I'll show you that really quick. If you click on Facebook right there, or you go up here to launch and go to Facebook, those will take you to the same screen. And that did not update. I actually just updated this today. Oh, no, that's right. Okay, so that's just the launch event. So I'm going to stop there, go back to the main page here. I'm going to stop this recording there, and then, actually, let's go ahead and open it up. Is there questions on any of that? Just because I am recording this, and if there are questions, if you guys have questions, other people might have questions. So I have everybody muted, so you'll have to unmute yourself, or I can unmute you if you're saying, oh, me. But anybody have questions there?
Ryan, how do we get to this page? Where do we go exactly to do this?
Lifeactivated.net. And
.net. Okay.
Right there. So I was hoping to do it earlier today, but my day was just too crazy. But on our Facebook group, on the People Helping People Facebook group, I'm going to put a pinned post right up at the top, and it'll be pinned, so it'll always stay up at the top, that will explain basically, when you enroll new people, I want you to add them to the group and then tag them in that pinned post, and it will explain like this website, welcome new people, here's where you start. Go to lifeactivated.net, go to start right. That way it's right there. And then in that pinned post, I'll explain some of the other stuff as well, other websites and so on. But I'll point to it right there. That way if you're going, Okay, I forgot the name of it. Lifeactivated.com. That doesn't work. Where was that again? Right? No, it's lifeactivated.net. N-E-T. Unfortunately, I couldn't get .com. But lifeactivated.net. I'll pin it in the Facebook group. That way you've got it.
Thank you.
A good question. Anybody else have any questions about, basically the start right process before? No? Okay, I'm going to stop the recording and then we'll open this thing up.